Alright, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America. So that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you are the true children of Israel according to the Bible, and that the so-called white man is Esau according to the Bible, and that America will be destroyed in the Third World War, which is a nuclear war. So with that being said, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are during the truth, and sincerity, the women, the children, and the confusion of faith who follow.
So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1.
Ezra is chapter 1, right?
It says the second book of Ezra, the son of Sarias, the son of Azarias, the son of Hilkias, the son of Sadamias, the son of Sadak, the son of Akatol, the son of Achias, the son of Venus, the son of Heli, the son of Amarias, the son of Azai, the son of Amaramoth, the son of Arna, the son of Ozias, the son of Berith, the son of Abisi, the son of Venus, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron of the tribe of Levi, which was captive in the land of the Medes in the reign of Artaxerxes, king of the Persians. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Go thy way, and shew my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me.
Right, and that's one main reason why we're out here. Not only to show our people where we went astray, but to lead our people to the correct and right path.
That they may tell their children's children, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods.
Right, we as a people, not just one section of people, but the whole head is sick. We all went off, into either Christianity, or we were Muslims, or Catholics, Baptists, all these different religions. Okay, but we need to know and understand that there's the one true power. Okay, it's not Yahweh, it's not just God or Muhammad or anything like that. It's Yahweh. That is the one true power, and he's the power of these people on his side. The Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans. Okay, and the confusion of faith also. The people who don't look like they are these people, but through the Spirit, they are these people.
Am not I even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage? But they have provoked me unto wrath and despised my counsels.
That's right. So the Most High, he brought us out of bondage in Egypt. And also here in America, this is also the land of Egypt, because it takes on all the same characteristics as the old Egypt. Even on your dollar, you had that dollar bill. Okay, and that word Egypt does mean house of bondage. We were slaves here. Not just the Negroes, but the Latinos as well as the Native Americans. We all are meant to serve. And really in America, we all are slaves by that social security system.
Pull thou off.
Go back and read that one more time for me.
It says, Am not I even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage? But they have provoked me unto wrath and despised my counsels.
Right, so our actions have provoked the Most High to turn his face against us. That's why we're in the situation that we're in right now, because we served other gods. So, go ahead.
Pull thou off then the hair of thy head, and cast all evil upon them, for they have not been obedient unto my law, but it is a rebellious people.
Right, it says that we are a rebellious people. All right, it said to pull off the hair. It's like when you're stressed out, but it's also when you want to make a supplication. You put the ashes on your head, you rinse your garment. That's the spirit that we need to be in. We need to be in that repentant spirit that coming back to the Most High Spirit, making atonement to the Most High, all right, to bridge up the gaps.
How long shall I forbear them unto whom I have done so much good? Many kings have I destroyed for their sakes. Pharaoh with his servants and all his power have I smitten down.
Right, so the Most High, he's going to run down all the things that he's done for us. Look at all the things that he's done for us in these times. We woke up this morning. All right, we have roofs over our heads for the most part. Some of us don't even have that. For the most part, we have jobs, refrigerators with food in them. It's not going to always be like that. In the time of Jacob's trouble, you're really going to understand who we need as a people. We need the Most High.
It says, all the nations have I destroyed before them, and in the east have I scattered the people of 2 provinces, even of Tyrus and Sidon, and have slain all their enemies. Speak thou therefore unto them, saying, thus saith the Lord, I led you through the sea, and in the beginning gave you a large and safe passage. I gave you Moses for a leader and Aaron for a priest.
Right, so the Most High, he allowed Moses to split the Red Sea for us to have a way out of Egypt. And we're going to get a way out of this Egypt as well, okay? When those chariots crack the clouds and the missiles are going to rain down, that's when our spiritual Red Sea is going to be split and we're going to get beamed up into those ships. That's our way out of Egypt. That's how the Most High is going to deliver us again. But not if we continue to be a rebellious people. We have to understand what the Most High's will is and do according to it. Align our spirit with the Most High.
I gave you light and a pillar of fire, and great wonders have I done among you. Yet have you forgotten me, saith the Lord.
That's right, and back then, he was with us. He gave us that pillar of light, which was a chariot in the darkness. And it was a cloud by day and a fire by night. He literally led us. Okay? And today, we can't physically see a cloud by day and a fire by night. You have to believe. You have to have that faith. You have to understand that he is and he will do what he promised, which is protect his elect.
It says, thus saith the Almighty Lord, the quails were as a token for you. I gave you tents for your safeguard. Nevertheless, you murmured there.
Right. That's a bad quality that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have, man. We murmur. We talk stuff. Especially when somebody did something beautiful. He said that when we complain about eating the manna, and he gave us the quails. And then what else did it mention?
It says,
the tents. He gave us tents. You know, today we have housing, but Jay can't satisfy. You know, we want a bigger house, we want a better house, and ain't nothing wrong with wanting more for yourself, but there's a difference between being greedy and being content with your wages, being content with what the Most High has given you. Because like I said, everyone don't have a house right now.
That grumbling. It's pretty much a complaint. You know, like the brother saying, nothing wrong with wanting more, but you gotta, you know, if the Lord allows it, as the scriptures say, via through the Lord's Prayer, it says, give us this day our daily bread. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go into the word murmur and go into the word complain. It says expression of discontent or complaint by grumbling. Trouble, sound of human voices, trouble, argument. Noun, action from murmur, to mutter, hum, muttering, blushing. Alright, so when you go to complain, it says lament, bewail, grieve, find fault, express dissatisfaction, criticize, also make a formal accusation or charge to an authority. Originally to beat the breast, here probably an intensive prefix, come, meaning to strike, beat the breast. Or see here, I want to see what it says, together, and then to strike. All right, it says a thin, flat, flow, fluke. You know, so pretty much you're coming together to start shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what complaining is. And one thing about complaining is that complainers don't have solutions to a matter. They just say, I got a problem with this, you know, or I got a problem with that, and it's never a conclusion. Like, where are we going? What are we doing here? You know, as you go to take somebody out to eat, oh, this food nasty, oh, this place stinks, it's this and it's that. You know, why are we here? That's complaining. But if you pull up and say, you pull up to Olive Garden and say, nah, I don't like that. I don't want no pasta. Let's go over here. That's not complaining. All right? You got that type of right. You know what I'm saying? But to sit there and be in a situation and you complaining how shitty it is, but no, you got all dissatisfaction with no solution, then you ain't gonna, you know, it's like, last example is that when you go to work, man, you got that person, man, the job is this, the job is that, you know? And then it make you feel like the job
That
is
shit is contagious.
you know? So it's very important. They call all y'all about shimmy out shot, man. Yeah. No, try to disrespect the Lord, man. What's wrong with you? That fake ass guy, man. But yeah, I just wanted to get into that complaining, man. You know, and that it don't result to anything. If you're gonna have a discontent with anything, have a solution to something. And the Israelites in Egypt, they're pretty much complaining, because where were you gonna go? You know, you're in the wilderness, you're in Egypt, man. We could have been in Egypt, man. Fish and all that. You know, yeah, brother. I got it right here.
This is Numbers 11:1. And when the people complained, it displeased the Most High. And the Most High Yahweh heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them and consumed them that were in uttermost parts of the camp.
Yeah, so you sitting there complaining, that pisses the Lord off. Go ahead, brother.
And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched. And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them.
And one thing about that in the definition, and even in this example, is complaining goes up. You know what I'm saying? When you express a discontent, you're expressing a discontent towards leadership. You know what I'm saying? And it's very easy to micromanage something somebody started, you know, through the Spirit from scratch. It's easy to tell Yahushua what he should do, Paul what he should do, the apostles what they should do, the disciples what they should do. You should do it like this. After you done sit there and formulated 100% of it, you want to take off 10%, put your 10% in, and then say, well, look what I did. You wouldn't have made it this far without me. You know? Nobody needed your help, man. You know?
And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? We remembered the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely.
Now the thing is, you're complaining at this point because yeah, they want more, but you were getting the manna. So ultimately, what are you complaining for? You know what I'm saying? If the Lord's giving you manna, I want some fish. You know, I want to do this. Are you doing your job? Are you getting the job done? Are you improving your job? You know what I'm saying? Lord, help us accelerate to the promised land. That's not a complaint. Lord, we've been for a while, like you know, praying to hurry up and get out of there, man. And acting as such. That's not complaining. That's you know, it is a complaint, but it's not that murmuring. You know, you're trying to get somewhere. All right? constructive criticism compared to just criticism. Where it's like, criticize.
That's the spirit I was just thinking.
We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people don't come into the truth. I don't know what measures are for the most part to why people fall out, but to why people come in, it's very don't come in. It's because they like, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. They already complaining, you know.
But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes.
Yeah, that's complaining like a motherfucker, man. Damn, bro, y'all ain't got no steak. All we got is a salad. You know? That's angel's bread, man. You know?
And the manna was as coriander seed, and the color thereof as the color of bedlam. And the people went about and gathered it and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar, and baked it in pans and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil.
I mean, it was bland, man. You know, they wanted some salmon. They wanted some taste. They want some flavor. So what does that tell you, man? About this gospel, about serving the Lord. You know, hey, what's going on, sir? If you got Esau, well, let's see, well, you ain't within his truth, and you kind of threw me off, man. Cause I was over here terrible. Oh yeah, the blandness of this truth, man. If you need something special, new breakdowns, new this and new that. You know, you need some flavor in order, you know what I'm saying? I miss church, singing and laughing and having fun and all this, and you worry about.
You know, America is going to be destroyed by fire, but the fire is not fire, it's the anger of God.
Ooh, that's right.
That's right. There you have it.
Yeah, this word is getting out, man.
Man.
You know, like hot pockets.
He said that fire, it ain't just fire, it's angel of the Lord, man. Like I said, the angel holding those four winds back, man. Just wait for the Lord to say, let them go.
That's second Ezra too, man. You know, it says, you know, that the angels, you know, they're gonna be putting their concentrated heat, you know, on as well as the missiles landing, man. That was the spirit, man. You know. That shows again that this word is getting out, man. All right, that's why we prophesied to the wind, because a carnal man gets appeasement, you know, off of getting the attention, seeing how many views you get or how many people are standing in front of you. Even though people should be gathered around, but it don't matter, man. As long as you keep preaching this word directly and correctly, consistently, hey, you're doing the Lord's work, man. The Lord's gonna do the rest, man.
God bless that.
Yeah, you too. And so just a lot good. I want to get back to that complaining. And they wanted more. But it wasn't like they needed more. They just wanted something to make them feel like oh girl, my support made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want pleasure, man. And what else they do when they was in Egypt with Aaron and all that, man? As soon as Moses went up to get the commandments, they rose up early to play, man. You know?
So as Moses was up there too long, playing need something to worship.
Yeah, he had something to do. Because the guy that he got kind of boring right now. Yeah. You know? Instead of refining your skills, chilling out, and gaining something, when you come back, you triple or double who you were. You know?
wanted to, can I get this precept of the definition right quick? This is 2 Corinthians 11:3. It says, but I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach.
Yeah, yes, your mind shall be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Can you go tell what simplicity is?
Yep. Strong's G 572. In the definition, it says singleness, simplicity, sincerity, mental honesty. The virtue of one who is free from pretense and hypocrisy, not self-seeking, openness of heart, manifesting itself by generosity.
So what is self-seeking? What is self-seeking?
Pleasing yourself.
Yeah, well, it is pleasing yourself. Self-seeking literally going, well, not self-seeking is not pleasing yourself. So what is self-seeking? Yeah, it's doing something that entertains you, doing something that's fun to you, that tickles your fancy, instead of doing what is right, putting yourself to the side and doing the work of the Lord. Like, you know, this is not the hottest thing I could be doing right now, but the thing that I'm doing is for a just cause, and that gives me the sincerity of attention to it, man. You know, not you sitting here, we reading, and they like read on you like, oh God, I'm so bored. Can we get like a stage or something? You know, like through the simplicity of Yahweh Shai, people corrupt themselves, man. They want to come out with new breakdowns. They want to, you know, do multiple things. They just want to wear studded garments instead of wearing sackcloth. You know, it say you should prophesy sackcloth. Well, I got prophesied that. Dog, I can go to Hobby Lobby and I see a little thing I can put together myself. It's like, no, bro, like prophesy sackcloth, man. Through the simplicity of Yahweh Shai, they corrupt themselves. Can you get corrupt? Yahweh Shai?
It's Strong's G 53 and 51. It says to corrupt, to destroy. In the opinion of the Jews, the temple was corrupted or destroyed, quote unquote destroyed, when anyone defiled or in the slightest degree damaged anything in it, or of its guardians neglected their duties.
Yeah, you neglected your duties, man. You're pretty much corrupting it by making the truth more than what it's supposed to be, man. All right, this truth is a magnificent thing, and it's not about us. It's not self-pleasing, man. You shouldn't like, I need to have the time of my life in order for me to feel like a man of the Lord. You know, we were just talking about that the other day, man. You know, like you should be able to, if it's bland, it's bland, but it's exciting. You know, but talk about prophecies and all that, man. Like I could talk about prophecies all day. I could talk about the word of the Most High. I could talk about just the scriptures all day, man. You know, but like football and boxing, I could talk about for a while, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? You get tired of it, man. But this truth is very plain, and that don't mean I get tired of that, man. All right. So that's when you go to. That's when complaining happens. Where it really comes from trying to self-please yourself, man. You know.
This is Proverbs chapter 8, and verse 8. It says, "All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge."
Yeah. So the Lord's word, the word is pretty much, there's no extra. There's no cherry on it. There's no, like you're in a club and they come with the bottle and the sparks on it. It's just a fucking sparkle. Just give me the bottle. A simple nigga like the sparkle, man. You don't like them bottles. Give me one with the sparkles on it, man. Like, what's the difference? Yeah, like, yo, give me the fucking car. Like, my car, waste of time. I gotta go to work. Now I'm gonna have to take the boat off. And inevitably, I'm not gonna drive with the boat on. So why you don't put that shit on my car? You know what I'm saying? Get out of the way. Stop. Yeah, that's a woman's spirit, man. You know, we need to spice things up. No, you need to do your fucking job, man. Why you worry about perfecting your job? You know? That's that really going back to that Jezebel spirit, man. Not really digging too deep, because that Jezebel spirit, that center of attention, you always right. It's a very narcissistic type of spirit, man. You know, but it's all about me. Like, things aren't going right if I ain't feeling right. It shouldn't be like that, man. You should, if you run a business and I'm in that motherfucker working, my knuckles hurting, my hands are bleeding, you know what I'm saying? My back is hurting, you know what I'm saying? But that business is running at maximum capacity. And I'm like, man, bro, this ain't it. You know what I'm complaining about? Complaining about my self-pleasure, not the whole purpose of why I'm running the damn business, man. You know? That's what Jake in the world is like, bro, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, how's this God? Why would God do this and do that? You know, if the Lord takes somebody out of this world, why would the Lord kill somebody? Don't you think they're in a better place? Don't you believe in heaven? Say heaven's a good place. Then when somebody dies, you questioning the Lord, but he's in a better place. You're supposed to really accept that instead of complaining. You know? Because you didn't get your way. You know?
And the Lord even give you a week to mourn over. Now you get over it and understand that they're in a better place. Because it's the present.
It's the flesh. It's the flesh. You got to give your flesh time. Because we're human. You get offended. You hungry. Your stomach growls. But then you got to understand that, you know what I'm saying, why are you fasting? You know what I'm saying? You know, okay, I'm fasting, I'm doing this for the Lord. So once you have a goal in it, you really can stick to that. You know? That's why it's so hard to fast, because of the flesh. It ain't got nothing to do with the spirit, man. You know?
Spirit is willing, the flesh is weak.
That's it, man. Spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, man.
It's in Jude chapter 1 and verse 5. It says, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. And the angels was cast out their first estate, but left their own habitation, having been reserved in everlasting chains of darkness unto judgment of the great day.
Yeah, so that, you know what I'm saying, people don't want to listen to the word of the Most High because it restricts them, it confines them, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's okay. All right? I'd rather be a prisoner of Yahweh Shai than a prisoner of this world, because it's no payback for this, man. There's nothing you can get from losing your life. What it says, see you thinking already. Gain the world and lose your own soul, man. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be in that type of spirit, man. Alright? But when we're sacrificing our life for Yahweh Shai's sake, our reward is mighty, but you just don't see it on the front end, man. Okay?
In Jude 1 and 8, it says, likewise also, these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities.
Yeah. So they despise rulership, they despise order, and they speak evil of that. That's where that complaining goes, that complaining spirit, man. And one may think, I said it's brothers inside the truth, is that one may just say, oh, okay, that's the niggas in the street, but you gotta identify the characteristics. You know, I even watch people with bad characteristics and watch and see what their tendencies are and see if any of those tendencies exist in me. So I can know, man. When I was a youngster, and when I was young before I came in the truth, you know, I used to go to church and I came out like, I don't know the difference between me and them, man. Like, I don't know the difference between the nigga on the street and me. Like, I'm doing this, I'm about to go pull up on the nigga in the street. We about to do the same thing. I just went to church. You know, so what I'm trying to allude to is that when you get this truth, sometimes you can get into an atmosphere where you don't self-evaluate and self-evaluate yourself. And you go to like, yeah, read this, yeah, that's you. Read that, yeah, that's you. Everything should come through you into somebody else, man. All right, how can you properly break it down if you're not properly pumping it through yourself, man? So when it tells you speaking evil of dignities, despising dominion, in any moment of your life, you're supposed to make sure you don't do that. I don't care, I'm a man of mine, Lord, 90% of the time I don't do it. But if you do it, then it's wrong. What the Lord said in Sirach, what is it, chapter 6 and 8 or 8 and 6? Yeah, bind not one sin upon another. For in one he would, you will not go unpunished. And say not that he would look on a multitude of my oblations. You know what that means? Pretty much, okay, I do work every day. I pray, I do this, I do that. So when I do wrong, the Lord should overlook that wrong. He's never going to overlook any type of wrong. You just may not get punched in the face compared to a slap on the wrist, man. You know? You should have got stabbed, but you just got slapped. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how it works. So you shouldn't get into it, because that makes you lax. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking from experience. It makes you lax and feel like you don't have to do or go as hard because of what you did. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about what you've done, because again, it's not this work that we're doing. It's not about us. It's about grafting the people in and bringing them back. That's the true job at hand. So when you stop doing that, you're no longer needed. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about, well, look, I did not do this and did not do that, but you ain't doing shit. No, bro, you're useless. Right? You play Xbox, you play the Xbox, you get that pressure to yourself, you playing that bit, run the pack rumbling, then that shit stop rumbling. You're gonna be like, oh, it's time to get rid of them. Hey, when I with you, remember we scored that touchdown, you was using me. Put me back in. You're useless. I can't use you. Even if I wanted to, you're producing nothing. You know? So it's all about the work, man. It's all about your work ethic and your consistency, man. All right? Whether you have to run a long race or a short one. Going back to the penny, somebody might have to run 400 miles. Somebody might pop up and run to 2 miles. But you're pretty much running. You gotta run to the finish. You know, it's like niggas running. Like, what they running for? They're running something. You hop in at the halfway mark. You might hop at the 3/4 mark. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you hop in, you can't start running and say, let me take a break and sit down. Or I ran fast enough. I'm in front of everybody. Let me sit down. You know? Yep.
So Matthew chapter 3 and verse 10. And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the trees. Therefore every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire.
That's going back to your house shot in the fig tree, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, what's the point to an apple tree if it doesn't produce apples? Just a tree. And then not only you're a tree, you one of them big water consuming trees. It's like you taking too much water and then you're sitting there like, come on, it's a bump on the log. Yeah. So don't get caught up in what you're involved in your involvement, but to the contrary, to get caught up in what you're involved in. And you'll know I gotta keep producing good apples. You'll focus on producing good apples instead of saying, look at me, I'm an apple tree. And you ain't doing nothing to make sure that your tree keep producing good fruit. Because you're just like, well, I'm here, I'm an apple tree, look at me. But you ain't got no apples. Where your apples at? Man, back in the day, I used to have a big old boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's the apples we just talking about. You're increasing your virtue, your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding, your growth, your tenacity. All right, you're supposed to be stuck on this truth and more attached than ever. Really, we are supposed to be. Okay? You got that? This is It says, this is Romans 6 and 12.
It says, let not sin reign therefore in your mortal body, that ye should obey it in the lust thereof.
What is sin? Transgression of the law. Let it not take over your thoughts till what?
I said, let not sin reign therefore in your mortal body, that ye should obey it in the lust thereof.
That ye should obey in the lust thereof, man. Don't create a habit. Don't let it take over. Don't let it consume you, man. That's why you gotta stop. That's what, like I said in the beginning, that's through the Spirit. That I was saying that when something's going, don't sit there and say it's somebody else. Always look and see what little bit you do that they're doing and get rid of it. Because that little bit, it's like a fungus, man, or a virus. It's gonna grow to something big, man. All right? So you gotta get rid of it every time. And it's every day you're working on something. Every minute, every second, man. And you should, if you don't feel like you don't got nothing to look for, then you bucket. Simple and plain, man. It's always something you can work on as a man of the Lord and as a man, period, man. Okay? There's always something to study to say, damn. You know, but how do you know to work on something, to improve on something? You gotta first understand that something's wrong. If you're too high-minded to accept that you do things wrong or got something wrong, then you will never engage mentally in doing it right. It's impossible. Your mind won't allow you to. You know, you're like, I'm right. Even if you do it, in your mind, you're like, I'm right the whole time. So that even the information, anything that's been told to you, or any reflection that you're doing, you're just doing it to do it to get that person out of your face. You know, if the apostle tells us to do put out a decree, and I ain't feeling the decree, and I'm just doing it to do it, ultimately I'm not understanding why they told me. I'm never going to get it. I'm just so-called following orders, when in all reality, you are being disobedient to the Most High and to dignity. Okay?
This is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die.
Yeah, so correction is grievous to him that, the key word that stuck out to me, that forsaketh the way. That's when it gets frustrating. Correction, rebuke is not calmly. But let's get that word and say correction is not what? Grievous? Let's get that word grievous, man. It says correction is grievous to him that forsaketh the way, man. You know?
The Hebrew word for grievous is rye. It says bad, evil, bad, disagreeable, malignant, unpleasant, giving pain, unhappiness, misery.
Unhappiness. Correction makes you unhappy. You know what I'm saying? You forsake the way. You wanna live your best life. Then somebody say you gotta study. Oh man. It start fucking with you, man. But if you like, I gotta get the fuck out of school, man. They'll be like, hey man, study this and this will help you get out of school. Give it to me right now. You know? Because you got a goal. If you're not goal oriented, you set yourself up for failure, man. And your goal, there's long-term goals and short-term goals. Long-term goals should be salvation for everybody. There's a goal when I come out here, I want to teach directly, correctly, and through the Spirit. I don't want to waver. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep my poise. All right, so when I come out here, I'm focused. I'm not just a reed shaking in the wind with anybody that comes up, because I got a goal before we even step on the podium. Pray to the Most High that He put His words in my mouth so I can speak what needs to be spoken to wake the people up. So that gives me patience to ask questions and do things like that, right? So you have to increase and you have to have a goal at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Short-term goals, long-term goals, anything you do. You get in the car to go home, your goal should be getting there safely. If you're just driving, and trust me, I've done it before, you end up hitting shit, man. Just in the car, like you ain't worried about being safe, just driving like it's normal, on the phone, doing shit, looking, and then boom, oh, fuck. You know? That's how it happens. So if you're going through truth like that, that's why you wonder. For those who are in the truth, you wonder why you keep consistently fucking up, or you wonder why you can't get in at all if you're outside the truth. Like, damn, why I can't get it? I don't understand, because you don't want it. And those who are in, you just kind of on autopilot. Just you're not in the you're in the place, but you're not going anywhere. You know, everybody to this room is happy to be in the room. You chopping up and talking with everybody, and you're just happy to be in a room, but you don't know what the way is anymore. You know, so you gotta stay locked in. That takes discipline, man. But stay locked in. Things don't get tired.
It says, Romans 6 and 13 says, neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin, but yield.
Don't you, what's your members? Your tools. You know what I'm saying? If you got good memory, you got good speaking, you know what I'm saying? Don't sit here and try to speak your way into out of some bullshit when you fucking up. Cause you're a good speaker. Don't try to game your way out. You know what I'm saying? You got good memory. Don't try to be a semantics, but you said, you know, a tinkle, not a drizzle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't yield your members, just like these false pastors, man. They use their members to sin and wickedness, man. Because all of us got members, all of us got gifts and abilities. As the Lord says, some got gifts of prophecy, somebody got more faith than others. Some people got this, some people got that, man. The gift of music, you know. Don't be out here singing my neck, my back. You're supposed to be praising the Lord with that energy. You know? So that's yielding your members to sin, man.
Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin.
Yeah. But sin is what? Transgression of the law. What main thing that entices you to sin? The flesh, man. The flesh entices you to sin, man. You know, what is offensive or defensive? If you fear man and you don't wanna, you know, if I'm out here and I fear man, I'm fearing what he could do to me, I fear what he may say about me. And he asked me a question, you know, I was taught, the Lord says this, and like he's like grafting in, like, oh, I love what y'all saying. You know, praise Jesus. You know, and if y'all say y'all like Jesus, I don't want to come in, and I fear that I might lose that person. I'm like, you say Jesus, that's cool. And because that's the flesh that's doing that, causing me to sin, man. All right, or you see somebody, a woman, and she look good. The old case scenario, you'd be like, that's what you gotta do, because she all in my shit. You know? Then you're using your members to sin, man, which could be your looks. You know you could get it. You know you got the goods, the game, the assets and things like that to get it. So you do it, man. I was telling a brother the other day, yesterday, that, hey, you give a man power and you don't know who he is, man. You know, which is a really good quote, man. You'll know a man by if you just let him give him power. And you'll see if you're a dictator, you'll see, because you'll reveal yourself. You're open, you know?
But yield yourselves unto the Most High as those that are alive from the dead, as your members, as instruments of righteousness unto the Most High.
Yeah, yield yourself. Let's get that word yield.
So for the word yield, it goes back to Strong's G 3936. And the definition says, place beside or near, to set at hand, to present, to proffer, to provide, it says to present a person for another to see and question, to stand by.
Can you read that last part again?
It says to provide, to place a person or thing at one's disposal, to present a person for another to see and question.
Yeah, so you pretty much put yourself under scrutiny. You know what I'm saying? You yield your members, you refine it. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much, you scrutinize it unto righteousness. I was just like doing music and rapping like, I hit a nigga with that thing, I'm drinking. That's you pretty much yielding yourself to sin, man. I'm gonna rap, I gotta do something for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's you're focusing, pretty much to focus yourself onto something.
It says metaphor, to bring into one's fellowship or intimacy.
Become properly acquainted with it. Again, that's why you have to, when the scriptures say, examine thyself without being the faith, these are the type of things you're examining. What are you yielding yourself to, man? Don't sit there and say, did I eat pork today? No, you're like, scrutinize yourself. You know, when you got a car or you're a truck driver, you don't just look at the truck and be like, yeah, it's running. Turn it on, it's running. Let's do the superficial checks. They no leaks, no cracks. They opening the hood up, man. No leaks, no cracks. No leaks, no cracks. You know what I'm saying? Why you think them trucks run for so long, man? Of course they're built to do that, but not no like 100,000 miles and all 300,000 miles like that. You know why? Because they're constantly checking and seeing. And when you know how to check a car, you open that hood, you'll start seeing, oh, there's a little oil right there. That shows you what? It's a leak right there. If it's a leak, that means that motherfucker's fucking up. Right? You don't just look at the car, hey, turn it off on me? Okay. That's just being what? Lazy, man. You don't really want to get into that car, or it's embarrassing. You can be like, run up there, yeah, see you run, man. You run like a champ. You know what I'm saying? And you open the hood up and like, why is like your gasket kind of spitting out? Why is your muffler spitting out water, man? So, you know, the throttle in that baby. You know, no, bro, like, you need to get that shit checked. Nah, this is a champ right here. You know, it's the flesh. You don't want it, for whatever reason, you don't want to really scrutinize. What does scripture say? It says, if you repent, pretty much nobody can blame you, man. You know what I'm saying? I forget. I'm the Lord. It's in Sirach, I believe. But, yeah. Well, it's either or. I think it's Titus, like one of them books, or Sirach.
But if you judge your soul,
yeah, you should be judging no man. You judge that. Bible shot you that. You said it, so.
this is 1 Corinthians 2:15. But he that is spiritual, let me go up. I'm gonna go to 14. It says, we go to 13. It says, which things also we speak not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth.
The Holy Spirit is the word of the Most High, Yahweh Shai. Okay?
Comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
Yeah, comparing spiritual things with spiritual, man. Alright, go ahead.
But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High.
What's the natural man? The carnal man, the fleshly man. Okay?
For they are foolishness unto him.
That's like us being out here doing the work. They say people see it as unprofitable because they're natural men. They feel like we're wasting time and we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. We could be doing this and we could be out in the neighborhood picking up like the shorty. What else? Helping me pick up trash. Like, that's what we're doing something way more important than what you're asking us. You know what I'm saying?
The Spirit, he asking us what he jumped out the truck on that ass. It says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned.
Yeah, the natural man don't see the benefit. They don't get it because you're never going to get it, man. You know? It's like, it reminds me when we were going back and talking about being in, doing this work, man. And now the brother got the water, man, and it gave a thought, man. Brothers, you know, not brothers, but people rather flavored water than just drinking the water. You know what I'm saying? Because you're also supposed to hydrate yourself, but you're trying to find pleasure in it. You know, you should be able to do something regular, and then you add that extra shit, man. You know? That's like the people trying to diet and they, you know, like doing this 12, just stop eating. That's all you gotta do. You know? I need to learn more. I need to get more in the truth. But just learn more. Study more. Focus on it. It's not hard to do anything within this gospel, man. All you gotta do is give that attention to it. What's that definition that I read earlier? Yeah, yield. To yield. All you gotta do is yield. Let's get the etymology to that, Baba Rashad. To yield yourself, man.
And etymology, the etymology line, it says for the word yield, Old English, to pay for, to pay for, reward, render, worship, serve, sacrifice to pay, work. It says to end resistance as under pressure or force, give over, surrender or relinquish to the physical control or another.
Yeah, so let's get that in the let's get the definition of word that too.
It says to be the cause or source of. Second one says in resistance as under pressure or force. Third definition says give or supply. Next one says give over, surrender or relinquish to the physical control of another. To give in as to influence or pressure.
Yeah, so you pretty much yield. Pretty much like, you know what I'm saying? The old boy on Planet Apes, you yielded, man. So if you're trying to let's say you're trying to get your discipline up, you yield to discipline. So anything that's undisciplined, you're resisting that. You know what I'm saying? And once you resist anything that's of a thing of undiscipline, then you will eventually gain discipline. All you gotta do is yield yourself over to righteousness, man. So if your problem, you realize, if you know, a man of Lord comes on video on a epistle and say, hey, y'all sinners do this, and you should stop doing that and do this, then you yield yourself over to the righteousness of it, right? You say, man, you niggas undisciplined, man. You don't know how to sit there and be a disciple, and then be like, okay, damn, like how do I be disciplined? You know, resist being undisciplined in everything. You know what I'm saying? Then set yourselves a goal for righteousness and yield to that. You know? Set yourself an alarm. Get up at a certain time. Do what you say you're gonna do. Execute. To have patience to do it right. Have that focus. I'm gonna read this at this rate. Lord willing. Abaratazah. You know what I'm saying? Then that's how you get your discipline up, man. If you're struggling with anything spiritually, you're supposed to pretty much yield to the thing that is the solution and resist the thing that is the problem at all costs. All right?
It says, 1 Corinthians 2:15, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. It says, Romans 6:14, it says, for sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? The Most High forbid. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servant to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey.
That's it, man. So it's all about obedience, man. So if you're not obedient, it says that ye are your father the devil, the works of him you will do. So if you're performing an act and it's getting you bad results spiritually, you know what I'm saying? You're doing something that's this to the brothers within to know they're doing something and then the Lord like, and you're like, what? Do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, do the opposite. You know, hey, okay, that's what it is then. I can't, what the fuck? Like, bro, what are you doing? You hurt yourself.
It says, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. But the Most High be thanked that ye were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine which was delivered you. Being then made free from sin, ye became the servants of righteousness.
Yeah, so pretty much there wasn't an act physically. We didn't make a sacrifice to free us from our sin. We acknowledged our faults and got washed through the blood of the Lord, and that got us over to the good side. And by us being over on the good side, that means you accepted who the Lord was and is and what he's teaching, meaning you're obeying what he says and teach. Now you're righteous. Okay? You're not saying, oh, in the name of Jesus, and then just be a nigga, and then saying, okay, well, I repented, so that should be good enough. No, you're gonna yield yourself unto righteousness, man. You're gonna give over yourself unto. You're gonna succumb to it. You're gonna give payment to it. All right?
Give in to it. I think that was one of the definitions too.
Yep, give in. You're gonna give. That's why I always tell y'all brothers, man, when somebody, especially when somebody's admonishing you or rebuking you, open your spirit up to it. Don't just like to say it to get past it. You gotta give into it so that way you can really understand what that person's trying to tell you. But if you just like women do, they just listen to respond. Or you just listen like, man, we told him somebody crazy, and then you just don't hear the gems that person give you at that moment. And then it's like, oh, what's that thing you tried to run to me the other day? And it's just never click with you. You know, you talking to an elder about anybody, you know what I'm saying? You just sit there and give them an ear, like, actually listen. You know, actually go and try it. If it don't work, it ain't for you. I always refer to combat and moves. Hey man, you should, when you get next, you throw that uppercut, you know what I'm saying? Dip a little bit. All right, I go in there, throw that motherfucker, yo, ooh, okay. I had that in my toolbox. It works. I do it, oh shit, oh, hold up. That shit don't work for me, Joe. You know what I'm saying? It don't work for me. I'm gonna reanalyze it and see why it didn't work. But for the most part, it don't work for me. You know? And that's how how can you even get to that point without believing, you know, in that? You know?
It says, I speak after the manner of men because of the infirmity of your flesh. For as ye have yielded your members servant to uncleanliness and to iniquity.
Yeah, you yielded to uncleanliness. So there's no excuse. Can't say it's not hard, but there's no excuse for the yield unto righteousness. It's all habitual. You know? You're only taken by the sins that are the things that are common to man. So if you never did it and it's uncommon to you, then it won't be easy to yield to. But like Yahushua said, we were once yielding unto the sin. So we start out fucked up. So we got fucked up habits that the Lord switching over to righteous habits. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult. You know?
Any change is difficult because it's a challenge. Especially if you change it for the better, you have to make a sacrifice. You gotta get rid of the shit you was already doing. Yeah. What made you?
Every man has the same emotions, the same feelings, but not the same intentions. So that fucks everything up, man. That could destroy anything. You know what I'm saying? This brother want to go to this city to get this product, and I just want to ride. Our intentions is different. We got the same emotions. So if we stop, I'm gonna get pissed off. He's getting gas so he can make it for him. I'm like, bro, why we stop? You know what I'm saying? So that causes that if you ever see a disconnection emotionally where somebody's mad and you're happy, you know what I'm saying? And y'all are doing the same thing, that's because something is different with your intentions, man. You know? If the house is burning and one person just sitting there talking and standing outside laughing and shit, other person's like, what the fuck? Trying to get the hose, putting out, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? That's, we all get happy, we all get angry, we all get sad, we all get worried. But why is this person happy? Why is this person angry or disturbed by this fire? Because one person cares about the house, the other person doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your intentions. You know? Somebody say like that, what's that nigga, Lil Yachty? Bro, chill. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't give a fuck about nothing. And it's the shit is deflating. Because this is a person that's leading people. That people listen and get off his vibe, and he don't give a fuck about nothing. All he give a fuck about is self-pleasure. I was watching a snippet. I'm gonna specifically say snippet. I don't watch so much of this nigga Lil Nas X on Breakfast Club, and it was like pretty much, and FYI, man, type baby videos into your YouTube browser, man. Type baby videos in YouTube browser. The second to third video is him with them fucking naked people, man. You know, that naked nasty ass video that he put up, man. You know, and that shows that they're targeting children, man, that they got an agenda, man. You know? Yeah, man. I wish I could show all things. I mean, you can type it up and put in baby videos and they'll be like, what the fuck? That shit ain't popping up no more. They moved that motherfucker. Boy, it's still in there. Saying something of a Lil Nas X. You know what I'm saying? Got another one, you know what I'm saying? Yep. So it showed you that their algorithm is catered to that. But outside of that, I was bringing him up because he was on the Breakfast Club saying pretty much, you're a musician. Let's start off like this. You're a whole musician. And your goal to be successful as a musician is to be good at music. He's not good at music, so he used propaganda to get their attention. He can't do a Michael Jackson or Prince, you know what I'm saying? For Prince, so he had some, you know, he got some honey in his tank, you know what I'm saying? Organically sweet. Organically sweet, like, when he was about the bitches, though, there's some niggas that just sweet with me about the bitches. You know what I'm saying? Just fuck your head up. Y'all were gay niggas. But Lil Nas X pretty much uses propaganda to attract attention to get sales. Well, it's really not about sales anymore. He's just doing it for propaganda because it's all about streams, and streams are manipulated through radio. It's like DJs are even more important than ever at this point. Yeah. Because they're streaming this shit, and that's how you get your money. Like YouTube, everybody click on it. If you find all your partners to click on it, everybody ain't actually watching it, but they're clicking on it, you can get money. So that's how they do it. Ain't nobody actually buying the albums anymore. But long story short, he pretty much said that he switched his style up and he used to do the old time roads for the kids, and he pretty much said, fuck them kids, man. But yet, it's not like the kids say fuck him. He really say fuck them kids on the show. And he's putting out propaganda to get attention in a really bad way that can destroy kids, man. And this was all you niggas vote for that LGBTQ and this go along to get along, let shit go, everything go, that's where it's gonna get you, man. You don't let things go. Things are serious, man. Again, it's called, hey, yielding yourself to righteousness. Not allowing any crack or crevice in there and say, man, well, at least it ain't me. You know? No, everything's straight, everything's square, man. Everything's square around here, man. Simple and plain, man. And it ain't talking about you do everything right. You're trying to do everything right, you have true and righteous intentions. That's what it means by everything square. If you take a break and try to do something for yourself, you're creating a badass habit, man. When I'm talking about, if I have the ability and the necessity through the Spirit, the Lord be like, hey, take this blessing. Like blessing brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, they don't know. I can do something for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them a little bit and take the rest from them. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord be like, now you start getting that demon, and he ain't got it. You know, like Bruce Lee said, be like water. But the negative, I'll tell you, we'll talk about it. The negative about water is water find the easiest way out.